February 20th, 2022. Habcast 244, episode 244. Let's go. Of course, I have a few things to share with you guys. An evening of reflection. Shall we? Ex-NYPD narcotics detective says she was framed by cop casting Santeria spells. Santeria, religion, Santeria, Spanish, the way of the saints, also called La Regla de Ocha, Spanish, the order of the Orishas, or La Religión Locumi, Spanish, the order of Locumi, the most common name given to a religious tradition of African origin that was developed in Cuba and then spread throughout Latin America and the United States. Santeria was brought to Cuba by the people of the Yoruba nations of West Africa who were enslaved in great numbers in the first decades of the 19th century. The name Santeria derives from the correspondences made by some devotees between the Yoruba deities called Orishas and the Saint Santos of Roman Catholic piety. Many contemporary practitioners refer to the tradition as the religion of the Orishas or the Lacumi religion after the name by which the Yoruba were known in Cuba. That was from Britannica, so please don't hex me. A Brooklyn man argues in new court papers that a former NYPD detective who arrested him on drug charges can't be believed because of her fantastical social media posts claiming she was framed and poisoned by a cop casting Santeria spells. William Kleinfeld makes the claims in a recent filing in his Brooklyn federal court excessive force and false arrest lawsuit stemming from a 2015 bust. So basically, what he's saying is that if she believes in that, then she must be crazy. So you can't believe her when it comes to my case. Kleinfeld, 31, details in his February 7th filing fantastical and inconsistent comments ex-detective Ilka Morales made on Facebook about why she lost her job after 25 years at the NYPD. I was drugged, poisoned, and framed by NYPD narcotics detective Ali D because I ousted her for being corrupt. This is some New York shit, Ali D. Morales wrote on June 3rd, 2019. Don't think I don't know you've been using Santeria spells to do bad things to people at work. Not only did you poison me with food, you've been feeding male cops in Narcoticsboro, Brooklyn North for the past few years. Food you bring from home mixed with your pubic hairs and vagina fluids to give yourself power. Morales wrote of her former colleague, an undercover cop she referred to as Ali D. Wait, so, okay, okay. So while all this was going on, you were watching your fellow officers eat pubic hairs. And now everybody's just finding out after you're not cool with each other anymore. Morales copped to the wild postings, yeah, I said it, and added that Kleinfeld suffered an injury while she collared him in Brownsville on April 21st, 2015. Kleinfeld got hurt by me through resisting arrest. Yeah, I fucked him up too. Morales, 52, told the Daily News. The ex-detective is one of several cops Kleinfeld is suing, along with the city, in the aftermath of his bust 7 years ago. As weird as all this shit may be, he still sounds like he's looking for a reason to get his case tossed out. He was nabbed by Morales and other officers in an undercover drug sting at an apartment building on Christopher Street. He was charged with attempted robbery of an undercover cop. Those charges were dropped. Kleinfeld alleges Morales kicked him twice in the face, two for flinching, while he was lying face down on the ground, handcuffed. She was cleared of using excessive force at a departmental trial in October 2016. I mean, you might have took a kick to the face, but they dropped your robbery charge. What more do you want? Less than 2 years later, Morales was off the force. In June 2018, she failed a random drug test and popped positive for cocaine. 2 months later, she was fired. That happened quick. Don't they at least give you a program or like a chance to clean your act up? Morales filed an employment discrimination lawsuit against the city, the police department, the former head of internal affairs, and her narcotics unit boss in 2019. You're not going to take this away from me that easy. She claims in her legal papers that she was passed over for promotions in favor of white men, Whitey, and that the ex-IAB boss, Joseph Resnick, vowed to retaliate against her because she was cleared of using excessive force in Kleinfeld's arrest. That would be something you would have to take up with the department. It's not her fault that she was cleared of using excessive force. If they felt that there was something wrong, they would have dealt with her. Morales alleges Resnick worked with her sergeant and his undercover cop girlfriend, the pube lady, to get her fired, court documents detail. I got pretty much set up, she told the news. I never in my life have ingested not even a pill that was not prescribed to me. I don't even drink liquor. Having violated the NYPD's strict rules against narcotics use. Really? Did they drug test the guy that gave her the drug test? How strict is it? Morales refused to participate in a departmental hearing, offered no defense, and then filed a lawsuit alleging that she was framed by another officer in the narcotics division who was working in cahoots with the spell casting, potion making colleague who used Santeria and sexual favors to get ahead in the department, attorney Michael Loomer wrote in court papers. Boston area meth distributor hit drug in stuffed bunnies. So it was the lady in the airport that had the two knives inside the stuffed Darth Vader. Now it's this guy with the meth inside the stuffed bunnies. There's a special place in hell for you people. A Boston area meth dealer who received the drug from wholesalers, sometime wrapped inside stuffed bunnies, was sentenced to a year and 1 day. That's all? I didn't want to walk out with just that stuff in my hands. It's not a good look. Aaron Smith told investigators, according to court records, after they nabbed him with a pound of meth inside a paper bag as he exited the coffee shop where a criminal informant gave him his share of the latest buy in August 2019. So the court acknowledges that you had a pound of meth, sir, but the court also acknowledges that you had the gentleman etiquette to not walk out with it in plain sight. We're going to give you a discount. Smith, 24 of Reading, was sentenced Thursday by U.S. District Court Judge George O'Toole Jr. in federal court in Boston following prison. Smith will have 3 years of supervised release. He pleaded guilty in May 2020 to one count of conspiracy to distribute and possess with intent to distribute 500 grams or more of a mixture and substance containing methamphetamine and one count of the same for 50 grams or more. Smith at one time lived on Cooper Street in North End, according to court documents, worked with the two other traffickers in the area to receive and distribute methamphetamine from wholesalers based in Phoenix and elsewhere. The other two people began working with law enforcement, according to court records, and their information led to the arrest of the three others. His two buddies flipped on him so fast he didn't even notice a change in the wind. One package from a Phoenix wholesaler who used fictitious names and addresses on return labels, smart, intercepted by investigators in April 2019, contained two baggies with a combined 936 grams of methamphetamine. One baggie was within a blanket and the other inside a stuffed bunny rabbit, according to a postal inspector affidavit. While federal drug sentencing guidelines call for a 10-year minimum prison sentence for trafficking in 500 grams or more in mixtures containing meth, Judge O'Toole cited Smith's participation in the court-run Rise or Repair, Invest, Succeed, and Emerge program at sentencing. I could just see them riding around in the van wearing those t-shirts that let everybody know you're in that program. The program, which is only for those on pretrial release, was created by the Federal District Court for the District of Massachusetts and those who complete it may be considered favorably at sentencing according to its program statement. Mom in McDonald's drive-thru with kids assaulted by irked customer. Since they moved away from styrofoam, when has the food at McDonald's ever been so good that it would call for people to act like this? Police in California are seeking the public's help this weekend in identifying a suspect who allegedly assaulted a mother in a McDonald's drive-thru earlier this month. Put a price on his head, 20-piece McNuggets. According to the Richmond Police Department, at just after 12 p.m. on February 5th, the victim of the attack arrived at a McDonald's drive-thru with her children in the vehicle. The suspect, who police released photos of on Saturday, accused the victim of cutting in line. How do you even do that? And rammed their car into the victim's vehicle, police wrote in a statement posted to Facebook. The victim got out of her car and the suspect drove directly toward the victim, striking and dragging her across the parking lot for more than 150 feet before stopping. Damn. The suspect got out of the car and punched the victim while she was on the ground. According to the department, the suspect then fled the scene. I still don't understand how you could cut somebody in line at a McDonald's drive-thru. It's not like it's a four-lane deal or something like that. I was able to hold on to the hood of her car, and she drove off with me out of the McDonald's, Amaro told the news station. As I was trying to get up and get my balance back on my feet. Shout out to that lady for not letting something as small as getting hit by a car keep her down. She got out of her vehicle and started punching me multiple times, the victim added. I counted 6 times in my face, but it could have been more. The way it sounds is that if this lady wasn't softened up by getting struck by the car, she probably would have beat that girl's ass. Sergeant Aaron Pomeroy of the Richmond Police Department told the station that police are investigating the incident as an assault with a deadly weapon because her vehicle was used specifically as a weapon to ram the other vehicle. She told the station that while she is fine physically, the thought of running into the suspect again is terrifying. I honestly think that suspect will be terrified to see you again. Man who allegedly made living by stealing from coin counting machines arrested. The first thing that came to mind was him swimming in a bathtub full of change like Scrooge McDuck. Oh, we're taking a trip outside the US. Police in Austria have arrested a man who they claim earned a living by breaking into coin counting machines and bank lobbies. Total damages are estimated at more than $22,000. Investigators said the unemployed 36-year-old Austrian man had probably started raiding the machines in October 2021. If you're doing it like that, then you're employed. That's a job. They are now examining similar incidents in the states of Upper Austria, Lower Austria, and Vienna to determine if the same suspect was behind them. Officials said it took the alleged perpetrator, who had clearly perfected his craft, only a minute to steal the coins from the machines with a tool. I would love to know what that tool was. A specialized crime unit tried to track down a car following a raid in the lobby of a bank branch in Linz. It couldn't be that hard to spot a car weighed down by massive bags of coins. The vehicle was eventually located in the district of Darmstadt in the Austrian capital of Vienna, more than 2 hours away. State prosecutors in Linz identified the suspect and ordered a search of his residence on February 8th, though he was not named. Police officers seized several bags and containers full of coins from his residence, including the haul from his latest raid. They also confiscated clothes and tools, including a short crowbar and 2 screwdrivers from his car. The suspect was arrested at the scene and taken to Lynn's prison. He confessed to police and stated he had financed his living with the burglaries. Yeah, fun show, fun show, fun show. That being said, I'm going to wrap this one up, but I'll be sure to talk to you guys very, very soon.